Alright guys, welcome back to another episode of Around the Fire. Today, as promised, I've got the Impact XL Reflex series of sights here from FIREFIELD. This is the XLT, the upgraded version with the QD mount, and the standard XL version with the dial switch and the Allen keys. So, first, we're going to start with the basic, the XL. It says features: precision accuracy, water resistant, lightweight, parallax corrected lens, quick target acquisition setup, shockproof design, unlimited eye relief, and multiple reticle options. Just kind of focus the circle with the cross, the dot with the cross, and dot with the circle. Okay, so first let's start with the water resistant comment. It is IP55 rated. So the first 5 in IP55 would be dust resistant. There's not many areas surface wise for dust to get in. The cap does fit tight, however this cap does not have a rubber grommet, despite it saying that it is resistant to a 5 rated waterproofing or water resistance, which would be water jets being sprayed into it and not having intrusion that would malfunction your device. Also, if you look up underneath here very carefully, there you can see exposed wire. Now to me there at the end, I can either confirm or deny at this point through the camera. I'm going to take a quick look here. No, that just appears to be some red, not actual copper, but there I'm sure is some water sealant on there. But again, exposed wires, I cannot confirm. I have not had this one apart to tell you whether or not there's exposed circuitry boards or anything underneath there. It does have a nice reflective lens to it. I haven't had any issues with nasty glare or anything like that. It's like a nice polarizing or what have you. It is shockproof rated up to 308, and we have had it out on the 308 as well as the 7.62 by 39 AR pistol, which I think is a much nastier creature. For around, I think, $50 give or take, you can pick these up, sometimes a little bit less on sale. They are attractive looking, they are easy to operate. This Optic does have a very nice clear sight picture with adjustable reticles. Here we're looking at the red dot, adjustable brightnesses. I think my battery's actually a little bit low, but really, all in all, I have no complaints about this one. It has functioned pretty much flawlessly, with the exception of, like I said, the battery's starting to die on me, but I have been using the crap out of it. So a pretty darn good budget optic for someone looking for a reflex sight for their new toy. Alright, so you might have seen this one, the XLT Impact, on our new build with the MPA30 SST. And if you have seen that video, then you know that things with this have been weird. Now, I am no dummy, but this system here, the QD mount, I don't know that I'm that fond of, so I'm just going to get right into it. Quickly here, most people will know a QD mount, open like this, fits over your Picatinny rail, you index this over a gap, and you lock it down. Now that's adjustable with that little nut there to make it a little bit tighter if you need to. I checked, and we're where we're supposed to be. If I went any tighter, I would start marring my aluminum Picatinny rails. I think what the issue we're having here is if you see how far away, first of all, this sits, it's very easy to hit. Second, there's this lack of positive locking retention when you're in this position, because if you see here, the corner is slightly rounded rather than being nicely squared off to lock into position. So when it locks into position, it does not take a lot of force at all for this thing to just pop open. And now on a firearm with this sticking out on the left hand side and you trying to rack or release or function the firearm over there, this could quickly and easily be slapped up out of the way. I like the idea of a quick detach mount, but I don't like the idea of quickly detaching my mount by accident. Moving on. This one has a button rather than a dial. So the button with a press turns on your illumination, and then several more presses change your illumination levels. Now this one works just as nice as its brother companion, its little brother companion. However, you have to hold it to turn it off. However, the first one we bought, the wiring, I don't know if you can see it underneath there, the wiring under there, which exposed, makes me question this one's waterproof abilities, if at all. But according to their website, it is, again, IP55 or 55 rated for dust intrusion and waterproofing. I have had this one apart, not this particular one in my hand, but this model apart, because the original we had, the first time out, the solder from one of the toggle switch connections in there completely came detached. So needless to say, we weren't very happy about that. However, moving on into the other features, this does have a bit more of a waterproof and robust cap on the opposite side with a more common CR2032 battery. And you have your 4 different reticles with this model and your 5 options for brightness. This model bolsters the exact same lens, exact same size lens with the exact same polarizing. The only difference you'll notice between the two here is it seems like the one and the other are the same, but this one has the exterior armor on it. Now, with the exterior armor comes additional weight, but additional protection. However, this unit, like I said before, is all aluminum, so it is fairly strong to begin with. Now, how do these two stack up against each other? Well, this one is about $50, and we've had absolutely no problems with it. It holds 0, and it does what it's supposed to do. However, it does have a smaller and less common battery, the CR1632. They do not last quite as long, and you don't typically see them everywhere that you see the bigger companion. But they are still very obtainable and can be bought online, and most battery stores. It's not really a big deal. Now, like I said, this one we've had no problems with, so in my book, this one's winning. It's cheaper. It's, obviously being cheaper and more affordable, but I apologize for the redundancy here. It bolsters the, it has the same qualities, the lens, the toggle switch and button versus button is not enough to deter me. And it is a little bit more low profile, being that it doesn't have all that armor on it. Or that quick detach. Now this one, I will say this one's very cool. It's very nice looking. It does seem to have a bit of a more bolstered build quality. However, I do not like this lever. I think this lever needs to be improved and redesigned, and that's that. So if FIREFIELD, if you do see this, try and take my advice on that one and go with a lower profile and a much squarer edge that will give you a much more positive locking retention there. As for the wiring, these are made in China. Sightmark is the sister company. Sightmark is a bit more high quality than FIREFIELD. FIREFIELD is sort of the more affordable end of their tactical fun stuff. So we can't complain too much, but the fact of the matter is nowadays China's making these as well as other products, and you can get products on Amazon, like no-name products, that's half the time will function better than at least this first one did, where we went out to the range and shot and then could no longer turn it off. Now at that point I knew I was returning it to the store, so I did some shit to it. I beat the hell out of it, I smacked it around, and it held 0 and it did what it was supposed to do. However, it is still got this sort of frustrating mount. Now, I have tightened it a bit, and now if you tighten it just to the right amount and you lock it down, it does lock a bit tighter and is a bit harder to get off than before. But still, this thing sticks way out, and you can easily catch it on your rifle sling, and I just think that this mount is a bad idea. But between the two, if I was going to say which one to buy, I say buy the XL. Save the money. This one's about $75, this one's about $50. Buy the XL. It's an excellent, excellent optic with no issues. We'll look at some footage here of the XL in action, and you can see what I'm talking about. And then now we'll look at the XLT, and you'll see what I'm mentioning here about it popping open. On the firearm I was using, they're using it there, the MPA 30 SST. It's a side charger. I don't think I hit it, but it's possible that I caught it with my glove finger and maybe opened it up to that position, and the shock just shook it off, because it hasn't popped off of anything else yet. But you know, again, just frustrating things out of the box we shouldn't be dealing with. But here we go. Well, that optic works well. Today is going splendidly. So yeah, end of the day, guys, I say they're both good optics. This one we've had a bit of frustration with, but like I said, hold on to your receipt. You're buying a $75 Chinese optic. We took it back to the store, we had no issues, so now we're on to our second one, and the second one seems to be running perfectly, aside from the fact that it wanted to fall off the gun the other day. This one, though, however, I cannot really say any bad things about it. It has done really well. It has not been immersed in water or anything like that, but you know, according to them, quite a bit of water can be shot at it. But I don't want to destroy this one because I don't have the receipt for this one anymore. I did not practice what I preach. So far so good. I can honestly say for $50, that's a good plan. For $75, if you must, have fun with it. If you run into the same frustrating issues, or if you see that perhaps yours doesn't have this silly mount, maybe they improved it, even better. Thank you guys, thank you for watching. Hope this helped you out. Enjoy. Happy hunting.